All right, ladies and gentlemen, here we go for game number 1 between our good old friends ATN Cloud and ATN Darkforce. It's going to be a team kill.
Those are the best kind of kills.
Those are, yeah, you guys would know. In Control knows. In Control knows. So does Machine.
Machine knows too, yeah. Good old.
In Control, Machine know.
Yeah.
I mean, of course, Machine was on the receiving end of that one.
For a long time.
What can I say? Machine is a great, great North American Zerg.
He is. He's one of the best.
You know, we always talk about him. I just want to put it out there. We always talk about him. You know, and we're not mean to him, but you know, we tease him a lot. He's fantastic. If you want to put it out there, he is a fantastic player. We just it's that tough brotherly love that we always have.
Yeah, I think he also has one of the best mechanics out of the players.
Nevertheless, we do have ATN Cloud spawning in as the left-hand side Terran. He's the blue Terran, I should say. In the 3 o'clock position, we have our red Zerg. Good old ATN Darkforce. Now, Cloud just recently enjoyed alternate attacks.
Mm-hmm.
And he says he's loving it. He's loving it like McDonald's.
That he is, but you know, Darkforce is no pushover. Darkforce is a force to be reckoned with. Ho-ho. No, just kidding.
Well played.
Yeah.
Well played, sir.
But I don't know. This is going to be a tough match. I mean, the thing is, when you play in team kill scenarios, you probably practice a lot with your teammates. So here, you know, both players might know each other's playstyle. So that goes into what builds players decide to do. And as I say that, we do see a proxy Rax coming down from Cloud.
Yeah, and this is sneaky, sneaky. But the whole problem with that is, you know what, that is on the path to where their Overlord should have gone to. But Darkforce is taking the long way around, apparently. So that could have been really, really bad for good old Cloud. But, you know, he's lucky this game around. Maybe he knows Darkforce that well. And he said, oh, he never scouts like that on Shadow Temple. Let me go and do that.
Yeah, I mean, this drone does get in here. He does see this Rax build time. And he should know by the time he sees the gas, he should be able to read this, that, okay, that Rax is slow.
Yeah. That
Rax is really slow. And maybe he does read it as, okay, he is going at 2Rax. We do see the fast expansion has been laid down, and the pull is coming up for Darkforce. He is also throwing a gas, and I don't know if I would even be worrying about a gas now, because the gas isn't going to be beneficial to helping you defend this, because speed is not going to be up in time.
Exactly.
So you might as well skip that, go for double queens, and start pumping out the Zerglings, and even throw down a couple of spine crawlers right off the bat.
Yeah, this could be, this will be terrible for Darkforce. Darkforce is now going to realize there's 2 SCVs moving over, the third one on the way. And, you know, this has to be a huge indication that something's coming right now. First Marine is going to get here, and a lot of drones being pulled off. That's a total of 7 drones. That is pretty standard. Normally 1 greater than normal.
Yeah.
And here we go.
They actually all already have minerals. They should have made that pit stop to return the minerals. That's almost a Zergling worth of minerals right there. Or a pair of Zerglings. We do see the bunker is about to be thrown down right here, and it is, but these 7 drones are not going to be able to do anything really, because these Marines are in such a good position behind this bunker.
Oh my god, and there's the other bunker that's really going to give that position over to Cloud. Now we can start making bunkers and start leapfrogging them forward. A spine crawler does go down. I think Cloud needs to do something a little bit more aggressive, because that spine crawler, as soon as it goes up, it's going to be a huge problem.
Yeah, I really love what Darkforce is doing here. This is what you have to do. You have to get Zerglings on the other end of it so you can cut off reinforcements, and that's exactly what we see these Zerglings doing here. They're actually going around the Marine, though. The Marine is actually walking right between all the Zerglings, so that's not what Darkforce wants right there.
No, not at all. And we do see that the spine crawler had to be canceled right there. The 4 Marines were too much. Looks like he salvages one of the bunkers and goes back into the other. Now, there are a lot of Zerglings, but this is exactly what Darkforce had to do, and he's doing it great. Oh, no, but Darkforce isn't paying attention. There's a Marine that just walks on by. What a huge shame.
Hold position Zerglings, not too good at attacking, Greatorp.
No, they are not. Definitely not. It looks like these Zerglings are going to come in here, try to snipe off this 1 Marine. They will get it. but it takes a little bit of damage. Darkforce for now is just waiting for more Zerglings. Here we go. The surround has started. There's a lot of Zerglings, and I don't know if Cloud can actually stop this. This is just so many getting a good surround, killing the SCV off, and that's going to be it for that bunker. But look at that. He unloads and gets in the other bunker at the perfect time. The third one is going to be completed. It's salvaged. The top one's going to be salvaged, and Darkforce is going to lose a lot of units from that entire engagement. Very, very nicely played by Cloud. But oh no, the metabolic boost is finished. Now finally that bottom bunker goes down. Cloud doesn't see. He could have unloaded into the middle bunker. Not going to do so. And in the end, now finally this bunker harass is going to be cleaned up.
Yeah, you know, we just saw Darkforce actually hold this off in a very unique fashion. He didn't even build a queen the entire time that was going on. Instead, he actually went straight for the, you know, the Zergling speed and just used the larva off the hatcheries. So that was kind of unique to a way of holding that off that I just don't see very often.
Yeah, that is. Normally, you know, you get that queen out and it really solidifies the position. It gives you the chance to just say, hey, this is going to be a unit that's very hard, that has a lot of hit points. You can't really go into this too fast because I have good DPS on it too. But we didn't see that, as you said. And you know what? Maybe we'll see a reformation in the whole Zerg versus, you know, the Zerg versus 2 racks play.
Yeah, maybe so. I mean, that was a really strong position Cloud had, and Darkforce did a pretty good job, even with making a few mistakes by, like, you know, letting Marines walk right by the Zerglings. For example, he still held it off pretty easily, I would say.
Now, there is a continuation to this Cloud. There's a number of things. It could be a 4 racks or what he's doing right now, which is a fast expansion. But at the same time, he's getting 2 factories, and he's going to have a very, very powerful combination of Blue Flame Hellions and Marines, and it's going to pop out at a very inconvenient time for Darkforce. Darkforce is just remaking drones right now. He wants to look to get a 3rd. He wants to look to also tech. Which path is he going to go? We do see him breaking down the bottom right rocks as along with the top left one, which is very, very intelligent. Jake, can you go over this as why he's doing this?
Yeah, this allows for when the mid game comes, when Terran's trying to grab his 3rd base, where he has the ability to apply pressure to that without, you know, 2 Marines sitting above these rocks, stopping Zerglings from attacking it. So it is really good play by Darkforce, getting those Zerglings on both of the rocks, not only towards Terran's 3rd, but also his own, breaking down the rocks his own 3rd. So he is going to go and take an expansion probably pretty soon. We do have 2 factory Blue Flame Hellions on the way from Cloud, and this is a very common follow-up that we've been seeing for a long time from a 2 racks play. The question is Darkforce going to be ready for it?
And Darkforce, for the meantime, just getting his lair. Looks like he wants to take his expansion. The bottom right-hand corner, he just queues up enough minerals to get that as well. He hasn't popped that down yet, but we do see an evolution chamber coming out, Roach Warren out, so he will be able to defend against any incoming pressure, but he has to make the units. There's 3 Roaches that go down. Finally, the bottom right hatchery goes down as well.
Yeah, the Hellions are moving out though, and it is 6 Blue Flame Hellions, and that is overkill to pretty much any amount of Zerglings. But look at Darkforce already having Roaches out on the field, and yeah, he might be able to just hold this off without any problems. If I saw this many Roaches, I would just pull back. But oh wow, a Queen is going to go down to these Hellions, so that was a really good deal right there, big deal right there, because that also is going to slow down the creep spread from the Zerg player.
Yep. And it does look like an Overseer gets in here, gets a chance to see exactly what's going on in Cloud's base, knows that, okay, it's a double factory. And look at that, 2 tech labs on that as well. So we're going to be seeing a lot of siege tanks being pumped out here. He did get the medevac, or he did get the starport. So it's not going to be that Korean style where you just go Marine siege tank. It will be incorporating that 1 medevac. That's good and bad. Of course, medevacs are awesome. You can get that count up and really start dropping and getting that heal in so that the stim is kind of mitigated, but it's not nearly as powerful for pushing, just because, of course, if you concentrate all your gas into those Marine upgrades and those siege tanks, you will come out with a lot more DPS, and it can be a lot more deadly in the long run.
Well, I do agree with that. I do like the medevac from the Hellion opening, because now he has the ability to drop Hellions into his opponent's base and do, you know, just extreme amount of damage. But we don't see the medevac doing anything at this point. The Hellions still are just kind of poking around here and there, looking to see what the Zerg has, where the creep actually is spread to.
Yeah.
You know, what bases Zerg even has at this point.
Well, we do have Spire Tech just finishing right now. It looks like Roaches are out. Glial Reconstitution is finished. And it looks like the centrifugal hooks are coming out as well. Is he going to switch to Mutas? That's going to be the big question. He did get the Glial Reconstitution, as I said. It gives him that faster speed and the Roach regeneration. However, you know, investing in the Spire seems kind of silly to invest in that and not get Mutas. And there we go. 5 Mutas on the way out right now. Darkforce is going to take Mutas and probably take complete map control. So it gives Cloud just 2 options. Either stay in your base or push really, really hard. But don't go, you know, like right in the middle, because I am going to go ahead and harass you if you just have your units all the way out in the field and you're not attacking.
Yeah, I agree. It does look like Cloud is going for that 2-base timing. We don't see him really focusing on SCVs, and we don't see him focusing on getting a 3rd base anytime soon. So what that means is that he is going to play for this big timing attack thing, but the question is, if it doesn't do anything, then he's going to be really far behind. Mutas are in the base, though, and they're actually working on this tech lab that is researching siege mode. If he would pick that off, that would be a huge hit.
Bottom right-hand corner, we do have Marines dropping down right now. Darkforce does not react to it just yet. He's actually going ahead, taking down the rocks at the gold expansion, and this might do a lot of damage. We see the drones pulling a little bit, and look at this. Cloud is actually just targeting each individual one of these drones. Very, very clean play coming out from him. Gets a net of 10 drones in total, 11 drones actually. So a nice little exchange right there.
Yeah, that was a pretty good trade right there, because that means that's not only drones that he's killing, but that's his larva that he could be using for his army, you know? So that means that instead of him building another wave of Zerglings right now that he would want to build for this big attack that's coming his way, instead he has to replenish those drone count at his bottom right expansion.
And we can see that 3 drones in queue right now, not as many as 10 or 11. We'll see if he actually repopulates that completely. 8 Mutas, though, are doing a lot of damage. Excuse me. There's 10 Mutas out in the main, but 9 more in queue. And they're just going to go right past these medevacs, not care a bit. And is Darkforce ready? This is a very, very scary timing coming in from him. Banelings, oh my god, he doesn't have enough Banelings. He's just trying to merge them right now with all the gas that he has, but it's not coming in fast enough. And look at this. Cloud is able to take so much position because of that.
Yeah, you always want to have some of those Banelings morphed in time, because the best time to catch them is while they're not sieged up.
Correct.
Once Terran sets up in position, they're so much more cost effective. We do see that all the tanks are in siege mode right now, and while yes, he is fighting him on creep, which gives Zerg that buff, but Muta's coming in here and does 2 amazing tank snipes, taking down 2 of the tanks really quickly, and that's going to hurt Cloud being able to defend this big Baneling attack. And here comes the Banelings trying to run in here and surround the Marines, but there's just not that many Banelings and Zerglings, and the Marines are doing tons of damage to these Mutas.
Yeah, a great job, just not enough. It looks like round 2 is coming right now, and just no Banelings to be able to deal with this mass Marine. The Marines are doing way too much damage. Darkforce is thinning out. GG comes out, and Cloud is going to take game number 1. So break it down for me. What was it that Cloud did that caught Darkforce so off guard?
I think it just came down to Darkforce not having his army composition already intact.
Yeah.
He had to morph Banelings at the end. He actually also had a large mineral bank when he left the game. He was up to like 1,500 minerals. So imagine if 1,500 minerals worth of Zerglings was also in that army.
That would be crazy.
He would have been easily able to clean that up. So it looked like his macro slipped a little during the later parts. Like that harass kind of threw him off, it felt like, a little bit. Even though it didn't kill a hatchery or do some, extra amount of, whatever that word is, damage. It's still...
You're from the south.
Yeah, I'm from the south. It's fine. It still did a lot of damage to where it threw him off. He had to make drones instead of the units he wanted to, which might have made his macro even slip. Maybe another macro hatch also would have helped.
Yeah, that would have been awesome.
Just letting the Terran get all his tanks in position is just not what you want. Even with those 2 tank snipes that he got with his
Exactly.
Mutas.
The Mutas are great, but when you're under attack, he got 9 Mutalists before that huge attack came.
Yeah.
Mutas really don't do that much damage.
No.
To be completely honest. They're the ones that buy you time. They're the ones that you're counterattacking with. Of course, Idra, he plays a different brand of Zerg, but I really feel like he's unique. A lot of times we don't see Zergs getting that huge of a muta count, instead getting a lot of Zerglings and Banelings. They're the ones that are going to be doing the mass damage against the Marines. That's the ones you actually need with the upgrades. So I would have really preferred him to gotten the Banelings rather than getting so many mutas.
I think the best way to put it is mutas delay the attack that your opponent's going to do to you, while you build up the army to actually destroy the attack, which would be the Zerglings, the Banelings, the Infestors, the Roaches, the whatever, right? The meat of the Zerg army.
Exactly, because a lot of times you could just mass Zergling Baneling, but you have to mass it the entire way. When you get mutas, it's like, I get mutas, and then drone pump, and then Zerglings Banelings. It's a lot more efficient than just going Zergling Banelings the whole time,
right?
Because you're diluting your economy over a long period of time, yada, yada, yada.
Right.
So anyway, we're going to go into game number 2. It's going to be between Darkforce and Cloud. Cloud is up 1-0. Can Darkforce come back, or is Cloud going to take it 2-0? And join us. More action coming your way after this break.